Welcome to episode 23 in the Slingshot series. I'm your host, Nithya Karia, here to teach you the 5 simple high vibe habits to consistently prioritize your well-being and get happy and healthy on purpose. Let happiness be your path to success instead of the product of it. This week, we are looking at the consequences of feeling low, or what you hear me refer to as low vibe. What's the actual price we're paying when we are living and acting from this emotional state? Now, feeling good is a universal desire, but each of our paths to happiness will look unique. But there's another universal piece to this life puzzle, and it's the consequences we face and the outcomes we produce from low vibe states. Many times when we fall short, it's not that we aren't trying our best. It's actually that our best is diminished by a stress-induced state. That's that low vibe feeling. Now, a quick recap. Lower vibration emotions like worried, scared, jealous, anxious, or guilty trigger a stress response within our bodies. Our subconscious is now working to keep us safe, and that requires different mental capacities than what we would want to have access to in order to solve problems, connect with loved ones, engage in healthy conflict resolution, or create positive patient or client outcomes. Now, we can all agree that we value happiness. Everybody wants to feel good. But we don't always prioritize this simple idea of allowing ourselves to feel good, to actually setting that as a compass for ourselves. And that's why I thought I'd share and shed a little more light on what actually happens when we don't feel good. Because we tend to believe that feeling good is just something we do for ourselves. But feeling good is actually how we show up as our best for others. My son and I were having a tough time connecting last week. We were coming off a heated situation as we were unloading groceries and the dishwasher. And right on cue, he accidentally slams his finger in a drawer. As he sat on the floor crying, my mind was quickly running through appropriate responses. I knew I wanted to say something to be there for him, but I couldn't put my finger on what felt right and genuine coming from me and what would really serve him. So again, from this low vibe place, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't sure exactly what to do. I could still feel the tension in my body from our verbal exchange just seconds before, and I wasn't feeling a whole lot of empathy. I could have asked him, "Are you okay?" But that seemed really silly considering his reaction. He was definitely in pain. So instead, I asked to look at it and I offered him some ice. He recovered from this injury and we recovered our close connection not long afterwards. But what came to me later, when I was back to really feeling good, was such an obvious answer. A hug. Why didn't I think to offer him the simplest and most powerful thing I could have? Love. I'm shocked, and it's still embarrassing to share some of these stories because honestly, the idea didn't actually cross my mind. And as I'm digesting this and talking about it now, I'm kind of also not surprised because low vibe energy isn't intended to serve. It's meant to keep us safe, and that's exactly what my mind was doing for me. High vibe habits, though, are life-altering because they actually allow the best version of ourselves to show up. The simple quest to always offer ourselves that highest perspective pays off every single time. I share these really personal stories with you because I want you to know that you're not alone. I want you to know that feeling good is possible, even without perfection. I feel disappointment when I fall short, but I choose not to stay there because I know that not even my apology would be as good without being high vibe. High vibe. It isn't avoiding every mistake or escaping every bad feeling that comes along. It's knowing that one poor choice isn't served by another low feeling. I use my low vibe experiences as reminders that everyone benefits when I feel good. So I offer myself these words, and I offer them to you. Try again. I tell myself these things after every moment when I feel like I've taken a step backwards, when I feel like I'm a little bit just lost on what I need to do and how I can recover maybe from a mistake that I've made. Supporting my children through their hilly emotional landscape is easier some days than others. And those easy days are always days I feel good and have the energy to find a supportive perspective for me and for them. The tough days, they're also easy to identify. They're the days when my tank is a little emptier than I'd prefer. None of this is a coincidence. I am deeply passionate about the work I do to help others feel good because I live the work I teach. To say it's powerful is a huge understatement. I experience the enormously gratifying emotions of living high vibe and the experience that offers me, and it motivates me to get myself back there when I lose my way. So when you've lost your way, when you make that mistake, when you forget or just can't find the best that you know is within you, I encourage you to grab on to the idea that it's possible, that when we use that habit number 1 of clarity and keep our focus, that second habit of control shows up for us. So try again. That's my invitation this week. Try again and again and again. You are strengthening your high vibe habits every time you choose them. And when you begin to focus on the moment you're in and finding that best version of you then, feeling good as best as you can, whatever that means in this moment, feeling something better, then the next moment takes care of itself. Now, there is a strategy and a framework to thriving, and it begins with high vibe habits. If this idea feels exciting to you, let's connect. It is time to get happy on purpose. That's all for this episode. Sending all my love and gratitude. Stay high vibe, my friends. And be sure to book your complimentary lifestyle audit with me and get started today. Happiness doesn't have to wait. It's here for you right now.